Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth and sincerity. I'm awake apart, and I think that I'm going to call this lesson, "The Playground is Closed." So there are a lot of people who've been coming out in this park as people beginning to break free of the restrictions. More and more people are not wearing their mask, and that's a form of rebellion. And then you got the people who are wearing their mask. But, this is a very populated area that this park sits in the middle of, but the playground is closed. No one is on the playground. And as I walk past that empty playground, I realize, man, these children, it's kind of sad, because even though they're in wicked-ass Babylon, when you get to the point to where little children can't even play on the playground, man, something is seriously, seriously wrong. These children are being robbed of their childhood, and they're being brought up and conditioned to this madness, which is far from normal. Far from normal. And as the curses come barreling down on Babylon and on Esau, there was a murder. Some Edomite was just found up in Schiller Park. And the reason I know is because I just finished training the undertaker that had to deal with the body, with his mutilated, rotten, stinking flesh, maggot-filled body. And he had been slashed to death from head to toe. So that was a murder, of a crime of passion. And first thing popped in my head was, like, when she said that he was slashed from head to toe, and that's how he died. I'm like, well, was he gay? Because, that's not something that a woman would do, nor an attacker would do. That was personal. And what's going on between the Most High and Esau is personal. Let me get a scripture. This is Jeremiah, I believe it's... Nope, not Jeremiah, it's Deuteronomy. I always get those two mixed up. That's a good one. But it's Deuteronomy 30:7. Jeremiah 30:7 kind of comes into play as well, though. But this is Deuteronomy 30:7, and it reads, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee." So there are lots of crimes and murders, and it's not safe in Esau's neighborhood either. Yet they'll pretend as if it is. They'll get on the news and talk about, oh, I can't believe that this happened in this neighborhood, and blah. Like if crime only happens, in the Wild Hunteds or in Inglewood, on the south side, over in Terrytown or something. No, crime happens right here, man. Lots of crime happens right here. As a matter of fact, if I adjust my camera just a little bit, because of the shadows, I don't know if I could zoom in. Oh, I can. See? What do you see there? So you couldn't see that until I zoomed in. But you got homeless people sleeping on the ground in the park. All right? This is also how you know that this whole scamdemic is a fraud, man. That it's all phony. It's all bullshit, because the homeless people, they don't do social distancing. They don't bathe, and that's a woman too. That's a woman and a guy, a couple women and a guy. But the homeless people don't bathe, they don't keep social distancing, and they don't keep masks. They don't wear masks. But yet, I've been seeing the same homeless people for the same year. None of them have the same homeless people in this area, the ones that I've been seeing all along, man. All right? But that's also going to show you that the curses are beginning to fall on them. That you have Edomite women, let's do that again, sleeping in the streets, in the same place where Edomite families come to hang out and stuff, This is this is not good for Esau Edom at all. All right, but let's go a little bit further into this lesson here. Just a few things that I thought about, and and I wrote them down so that I wouldn't forget them. But this is a failing economy. You got a failing medical crisis on your hand, serious medical crisis. And America has the most expensive health care in the entire world. All right, 17% of the national income goes to your medical facilities. So you got, and it's set up of 4 different entities. You got the doctors, the hospitals, the drug administration, which also, they also make all those machines, which generally been killing you, because those machines that Esau's been putting people on has been killing them. And then the 4th part of it is the medical insurance. And so because those conglomerates are all mixed together, that's one of the reasons why your healthcare prices are so high, why your services are so high, and you only get mediocre medical service in America anyway, because there are doctors in other parts of the world that are way better. Now America isn't the worst when it comes to medical, but they're far from the best, far from it. All right. So and check this out. America makes up about 4.5% of the world population, but 25% of COVID. And then of the COVID cases, and then another 25% of the deaths, but yet only 4% of the world's population. So is America really the greatest country that there is? Brag about that, Candace Owen. Brag about that, you red-hearted, red-blooded, patriotic, red-fleshed. Where's your rah rah rah? USA, USA. Where's the cheering now? All right. You clearly aren't the greatest anything. All right. Then you also are not coming off of, but in the midst of a 20+ year opioid crisis. All right. 20+ year. And I think that the deaths have added up into what was the number of, as of last year, was 40-something million have died, and that was mostly the Edomite population. All right, and you see a couple of Edomite children. Well, they're becoming they already are the minority. It's not a lot of them. The biggest population of them are or should I say, it's not a lot of Edomites, but the biggest portion of their population are they're old and they're young. They're adult age people. They've lost, that many of the millions over these last 20+ years. All the baby age making people. That's what is hitting hard, man. And with this crisis, the opioid thing has not gotten better. It's gotten worse. And I imagine a lot of these deaths that are happening in the hospital are opioid related, man. And my undertaker told me that's what she's been dealing with. She has been dealing with a lot of COVID deaths in the last month or so. Most of her deaths have been opioid stuff and murders and things like that. And this is Edomite on Edomite crime, these murders, man. But these stories aren't making the news. You mean is in the midst of all this alphabet sexual lifestyle, the age of the letter lifestyle, and a gay man gets slashed to death and it doesn't make headline news? No, because of the neighborhood that it happened in. Because they don't want their property values to go down. But guess what? Most of you didn't make your your payments on your houses anyway, so it's all going away. All right? But yeah, but with this opioid thing, it says America's also the most obese place. If you've been paying attention to the camera, most of the people that walk by, the majority of them are obese, man. All right? Yeah, look at all that back on there. Come on, man. Back fat Betty over there. The majority of these people are obese and sickly, man. All right? This is, let's go back into the scriptures. This is Jeremiah. (49 and 7). And it reads, concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perish from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? The truth is, they never really had any wisdom, man. All right, they never really had any wisdom. This place is failing. All right, they're showing you that they didn't have wisdom. All right, the wind is bringing it over, or someone just lit up this a-hole behind me is smoking, so then it's coming over here. All right, that's another thing that kills unlimited number of people. I think, what is it, 580,000 people a year die from cigarette-related illnesses, and another 100 plus thousand from secondhand smoke. You know, what kind of government would sell that sort of product, you know, or market a product like that to its people? You know, they go to show you that wisdom is just gone out of teeming, man. Now let's go to the book of Proverbs. All right, this is Proverbs 29:2, and it reads, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." You think those people over there laying upside that wall, do you think they're rejoicing? No. Everybody's mourning, man. You know, you got people's faces in captivity. This is, you know, you got people that are just, people are having what they call it nervous breakdowns, COVID, PSD, what is it, post-traumatic stress disorder, the COVID version. People are scared to go anywhere. There's two people with masks on, you know, but you see more than half the people are not wearing them. So that's just going to show you this place is completely and totally divided, man. All right, and it's not a lot of mirth, man. It's not a lot of mirth. The people aren't happy and rejoicing and celebrating anymore. Matter of fact, let's get some scriptures on that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, 7th chapter and verse 2, and it reads, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it in his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for the sadness of the countenance of the heart is made better." All right, meaning your mind. All right, because sadness actually makes you think. You know, when you high and having a good old time, partying, hell, I'm a block away from two legendary nightclubs. Formerly, you had Double Door, about a block from here, not even, and then right across the street from Double Door, you had Red Dog. Those were like some very popular booming nightclubs for, like, you know, from the 80s all the way to the early 2000s, man. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Double Door just shut down like 2 years ago or something like that, barely. All right, that was one of the spots you can go to pick up heathen women, man, to get them Edomite college girls, man, that's looking for some brown loving, some brown sugar. That was one of the easiest places to go pick them up. But this is Ecclesiastes 7:4, and it reads, "The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth," man. So, hey, it's better to mourn and have your mind right, getting your mind prepared for what's coming, than to be out here having a party and having a good time anyway, because there's nothing left, man. This is the joy of most people's day right here. And like these women out here who are nannies, because these women with these babies, these aren't even their children, man. You know, it'd be a lot of Northern Kingdom and a lot of Southern Kingdom women out here. I even seen a Southern Kingdom gay guy being a nanny out here, and they out here with these Edomites children, you know, taking care of their children, but their own children are at home alone or whatever. You know, nobody's taking care of their own children, man. All right. See what else I have. Oh yeah, what's the next thing? All these people in these homes, 32% of Americans defaulted on their mortgage payments, man. I want you to ponder that number. Think about it. All right? You know, one of you mathematicians out there, look, there's roughly about 345 million people, 330 million people in America. 32% of that. That's more than a third, man. And that number's gonna increase. That number probably will double in the next 2 or 3 months. All right, so that means if it's at 32%, it's gonna be more than half very soon, man. This place is finished. Let's go to back in Ecclesiastes, 2nd chapter, verses 1 and 2, and it reads, I said in mine heart, go to now, and I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity. All right, so this pleasure is vanity, man. There could be, and guess what? There is no more pleasure. They trying to make rules where you can't even, well, couples, you can't even have sex with your girlfriend or your wife, man. Well, you know, your girlfriend is your wife. You can't even lie with your woman. They have instructions on how to make love with masks on. It just, he will come up with any excuse to make some new porn, man. Yeah, you know, I'm not really a huge porn watcher, but I imagine there's porn with mask on now. All right, mask porn. All right. Verse 2. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth? You know, hey, look, what? No more mirth, man. No more happiness. People are sad, stressed out, you know, and worried about where they're gonna be getting their next meal from, how they're gonna pay their bills, man. Because this has a trickle effect, and if you're not affected today, you will be tomorrow. You know, these few people that are still doing okay, they won't be soon enough. Especially as the numbers of the have-nots increase and continually increase, man. All right, let's go to Isaiah 24 and verse 8. All right, and it says, the mirth of Tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, and the joy of the heart ceases. Like I said, Red Dog and Double Door are closed, and that bar that was up under, I forget the name of that bar, because the Red Dog was set up on the second floor. You had to go up a flight of stairs to get to Red Dog. And then up under it was this famous bar. Look, it ceases, man. Ain't nobody in that bar. Nobody. This place is finished, man. Verse 11. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. You know? Do those people look like they're happy? With that, I'm going to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Abishai, Bashem Rakak Badash, Wa Abba Babal Shalom.